we're going to do a different one.
We should do a different one.
Yeah.
We should do.
Yeah. We always say that, we'll get together during the week and then we'll talk about it and then we'll get it done. And then
it just doesn't happen.
Suddenly it's Thursday.
Actually, today's Sunday.
No, I mean, suddenly it is Thursday.
Oh, right. Yeah. I'm like, oh man, the fit really has hit the shan.
The fit has hit the shan. All right, people. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Lizzie. Hello,
Margaret. I was actually emailing with Margaret last night at like after midnight her time because I was painting until 2:30 this morning. So hello, Margaret. It's great to see you. And hello to Amanda. It's great to see you too.
You were painting walls, not fun painting. Is that right?
No. Yeah. I was painting walls and ceilings. So it was really fun painting. Yes.
Oh yeah. Painting ceilings is good times.
Good times.
Good times.
Yeah. Oh, I should introduce us. We haven't done that yet.
Oh my God. No, we did it. We just started talking away.
We just started talking. Oh my goodness.
Amateurs.
So welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for today's Oracle Chats. I'm Erin Lee of heavenlymessenger.com. And with me, as always, is my beautiful friend, Miss Bobbi Rowntree, born medium. And we are so excited that you're here today. And hello to Sarah and to Bob. No. I was going to say to Bobby because I read your name. To Verna, who said hello to Bobby and I.
And I don't know. I said hello to Amanda, but I mouthed it. I didn't say it quite out loud. So hello, Amanda. Oh, wow. It is that kind of day.
Yeah. Okay. So paint fumes, that's my excuse. What's your excuse today, Bobby?
I don't have one. I'm going to go with that Mercury retrograde thing you were talking about earlier. Okay. So explain Mercury is in retrograde because that is so buzzy memey.
Yeah, it is.
Now?
So basically what it means is that it appears that Mercury is going backwards to us. And that's because Mercury is closer to the sun. So it has a shorter cycle. It happens with all of the planets that they'll go in retrograde where it looks like they're going in the opposite direction, but it's just because of how things work. And so Mercury is the planet of communication and electronics and yeah, so Mercury being in retrograde kind of shakes things up. Bobbi and I were a little bit late starting today because we were having technical difficulties, which is also very much a Mercury retrograde kind of thing. So when people talk about Mercury retrograde, often they'll say, "Oh, I can't do anything because it's Mercury retrograde." No. That's not what it is. With anything like this, being aware that it's happening. And so, giving yourself, offering grace to yourself and to others and compassion and recognizing that things probably aren't going to go as smoothly as expected. Those kinds of things, that kind of stuff comes up. So, yeah.
See, best laid plans of mice and men.
Exactly.
Retrograde will take that away.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So, okay. So you have felt Mercury retrograde this week.
Honestly, everything in my world has been in flux the last couple of weeks, and it's just been go, 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 and everything's been out of whack. So part of that is me. I'm definitely responsible for part of that. But yeah, the timing isn't great. And like today when I was getting the studio all set up, everything was just kind of going wrong. I dropped a piece of plywood on my toe and it cracked my toenail. And, it's just one of those things where like nothing seems to be going as you would hope, which gets me kind of irritated. There was a lot of language.
I can't even imagine. Can any of you imagine Erin losing her temper? I know you can totally imagine me losing my temper, like, but Erin?
Oh man, the air was blue here today. Let me tell you,
blue.
It was blue.
The air was sky blue.
Pardon?
The air was sky blue. When I'm angry, the air is navy blue.
Well, One of the things that kind of frustrates me because I don't swear often is that when I really feel the need,
You can't.
I can't. Like they're really awful.
Yep.
Like
It's like my sister going, "Oh, sugar. Say shit."
exactly.
Yep.
I mean, I don't use sugar, but
But close. Yes. See, and I'm always hunting for a
yeah.
C word. If you know
Like
what I mean.
like see you next Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah. I've had people leave the room when I'm angry. If you're in the car, you're screwed. Because I will the things that come out of my mouth is like, "Oh my God." Yeah, I can. Yeah, I've got a potty mouth though.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it
I
is
think
indicative to my personality.
yeah, I think I'm going to need to learn from you, Bobbi. So
You have a potty mouth. Oh, I will teach you swear words. I love to teach you swear words and the way you
awesome.
say them because there are different
Oh,
ways of saying certain words,
and it has different meanings.
especially the FUCK one.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
can be said
Well,
in so many amazing. I love that word. It's an
yeah.
inflection word because
Yeah.
I didn't brush my teeth. I didn't brush my effing teeth.
Right.
Totally different. Completely. I brushed my teeth.
Yeah.
So, no. Okay. We need to say hello.
Yeah. There's a reason that we do this virtually. Bobbi doesn't brush her teeth. Her effing teeth.
How these people have been in the same room as me? Some of them. Okie dokie. Amanda, you are welcome. I was actually even going to tag you in the post of the meditation video,
Amazing.
but then I wasn't sure. And then I was actually going to tag Amanda and Brenda. But
Perfect.
I didn't, but I should have.
So can you tell us a little bit about that? Because I saw you post it, but again, it's been like one of those weeks and I haven't had a chance to check it out. What kind of meditation was it that you offered?
Well, I did it pretty much just sit down and be quiet for 5 minutes.
Cool.
But I videoed it. I say it at the beginning. I just put the video on, went on my meditation platform that my husband made for me in the trees, and just to see what would happen. I was absolutely floored when I read it, when I watched it. Sorry, I've had so many readings today. My brain is so I can't really talk, can't connect. But it's you haven't seen it, right?
I haven't had a chance to see it yet. No, but it looked really interesting.
There's camera glitches. There's like light that happens. It's really weird, and you can see actually how that starts to rev up, and then Freya, my stray cat, came and went into my lap, and you can see that she breaks my concentration because all of a sudden it's clear. It's so bizarre. Yeah, it's really neat. And I posted it for a few different reasons. One, because I actually kind of talked a little bit on it. So if you want to just use it for some sort of meditative way, you absolutely can. But to show that when you meditate, you don't realize what you're doing. You don't realize what you're kicking up. And I swear they did that because they knew I was going to be posting it so that there would be a visual, because that's why I'm doing my readings outside. Different things happen outside than they do inside. And it's funny because I was making fun in my head of I'm reading a book about seances. And the medium is blocking windows and stuff so spirits can't get in the windows. The walls are fine. And I went, I think, get through windows. They don't think walls, your walls. But then I thought, you put bells on your doors, you big dummy.
Yeah.
Bells on my doors so that evil spirits can't come in my house after me because the door is open and closed. So I do believe that. But anyway, that was an aside, wasn't it?
I love it.
Things happen when you meditate. So anyone of you who've actually seen it, let me, because
cool. That's awesome. Fabulous.
Amanda's had some retrograde stuff. Okay, do you want to say hello to the new people and then we'll go back because I think we go right back up to Debbie.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And hello, Debbie. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. If you want to ask a specific question, I'm sure that Bobbi and I can connect with you. But yeah, we don't do like just general future readings.
And happy belated birthday.
Oh,
she's Gemini. Doesn't that mean that she just had a birthday?
No, it's coming up. My parents are Gemini. It's the end of May to June. Yeah.
Not March. Silly me.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry. I always get March and May mixed up.
I do too. It's
really? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. And May also really feels like November for me. I don't know why, but that's always been
because you live on Vancouver Island and it's just as cold.
That's probably it. We had snow here on parts of the island last week.
Yes.
April showers bring May flowers. What does April snow bring?
I know. I saw the snow and I went, holy crap, I can't video this right now because I was all stuck under a whole bunch of stuff. And then it stopped. I was like, ah! My husband came up and said, it was snowing. He goes, no, it wasn't. Yes, it was. Why would I make this up? I had to find posts on Facebook to back up my story.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't want to believe it because when it snows for my husband, there's no work.
Oh,
Because if it snows here, it's really snowing on mountains. So
got it.
but yeah, we had snow. So that, do you think that's a Mercury retrograde thing that wackadoo weather system happened?
Well, I wouldn't say no, but I don't know for sure. I don't know enough about astrology to be able to say yes, that Mother Nature also gets out of whack too. Because I was talking with a client a couple of nights ago who was in Ontario, and she said at the time that we were getting snow, they had 30-degree weather. Like it was just completely polar opposite.
They had 30-degree weather, and then the week coming is now they might get snow.
Cold. Yeah.
It's just wackadoo. So who knows? Because it can even mark like 20 years ago it was like this, blah 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 blah. So all right, so that doesn't have anything to do with that. All right then. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But let's get back to our people. Hello to Mary from Ahosit and to Dawn. She's saying a pig came out of her shelving up high and a big glass jar smashed. Oh no, all of your homegrown herbs. Oh, I'm sorry. That's so depressing.
I went away last weekend and came home to one of my herb jars. Oh no. I don't know who knocked it down, but it was still on the what the hell is that
sill? Like the windowsill?
No, the thing that you put the broom and the pan, the dustpan. That's it.
I mean, as a witch, I kind of expected that you would know that one.
I melted. I started on Thursday this week.
Okay.
So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and my Monday was huge, and I've been working on my book all week, and
it's been big.
Yeah, you don't realize tenses.
Mm-hmm.
And setting mood.
Yeah.
And chapters and things. So I added things to set a mood.
So
thump of a heartbeat.
So what's really exciting is that sounds like you're getting closer to being finished.
Every time I think I am, then my editor says, okay, but you got to do this and this and this and this and this. And I go, going back in. Yeah. I felt so finished actually that I went and I bought the books for the next book. So which I'm still going to be doing all that research on the next book, because the next book, it's going to be set from 1929 to 1939.
Yeah.
As well as it's like there'll be 1929 to 1939, as well as they are all past and future together, because dead people are talking to living people, and that's the way that goes a little bit.
I can hardly wait to see how that turns out. That's so exciting.
Me too.
Yeah.
I just that woman would just finish her damn book. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so getting back to it. Hello to Carrie. I'm glad that you're enjoying and having fun.
Checking out my body. You see how much Carrie I have on me,
right?
How much Carrie I have on me.
Carrie really gets around with jewelry. With jewelry.
Yes, did I tell you about I was in Victoria. And I was walking up to an A&W. Did I tell you this story? Mm-hmm. Walking up to an A&W, there's a young lady who turns around. She looks at me and she goes, I love your earrings. And I said, oh, thank you. They're from an artisan in Cumberland. Blah, blah, blah. She just turns away. Then she turns back to me again and says, did you get your dream job? Who says this to a perfect stranger? Did I tell you this?
Yeah, you did. I love it.
Yeah. So, I think Carrie's earrings, she's just,
it's all part of your dream
everywhere
job.
I damn well go. If you want to wear jewelry where people will say, oh my God, I love that, then wear some Carrie jewelry.
Yes. Karma Chakra Intuitive.
Karma Chakra Intuitive. Carrie, pour yourself out on the comments there.
Yes. Put in your codes. Put in your links. Yes. And Amanda says to feel free to tag her anytime. And Hello to Morningstar. Thanks for joining us.
Hello, Morningstar.
Okay, let me just see. Oh, the bunny mug. Do you have a bunny mug?
Who noticed my bunny mug?
Margaret noticed your bunny mug, and I'm not surprised. Margaret has this huge thing. Bunnies show up everywhere. And now every time I see a rabbit, I always think of Margaret.
At the first of every month.
Yeah. Well, yes, and the first of every month as well. Yeah. And hello to Sarah. I know we're going to get to your question in a moment. So, yeah, awesome. I didn't see Debbie asking like a clear question. So, shall we skip down to Carrie?
Absolutely. And then when Debbie comes back in,
we'll just pop right in. Awesome. All right. Did you want to read this one? I've been talking a lot today.
But we love the sound of your voice. Okie dokie, Carrie. I would love to know why my passed away loved ones keep coming in my dreams. I'm okay with an occasional visitation. However, the dream world has been weird and I feel there is a message, but I'm not understanding it. Ooh, okay. I would go with, that's just me, how you feel after the dream. Or what, and also to say, hey, you guys, about to go to sleep. Clarity would be great. If it is this, I want to see this in my dreams. If it is this, then I want to see that in my dream. I would ask for just the one thing and ask for clarity. And I think you're leveling up. Self. I think something new is happening with your psychic abilities. I'm actually seeing that more and more right now.
Yeah, there's a lot that's happening for people. Everybody's just growing and expanding. So yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, it's almost like when COVID first hit, there was this big, oh my God, every bloody reading I'm doing is about psychic energy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I seem to be getting back into that again now.
Yeah, which is really exciting and makes me really happy too, because one of the things I was concerned about was that we were going to kind of lose some of the things that we learned in that initial couple of months when everybody was changing and learning and growing. And then we kind of started to slide back in a lot of ways. So it's great to see that energy coming back on a bigger level.
Yeah. And maybe they're shooting it through us on a more like we can handle this kind of way. Because we
exactly.
We were just like, no. Holy cow.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And do the pen and paper thing too, Carrie. If you're having a piece of a pen and paper next to your bedside and writing down things just as they come out, even if you think it's wrong. Yes. And it's funny that Margaret is a bunny person because I wasn't going to use this mug. I wasn't going to use the bunny part because these are our Easter mugs. But my brain is, I'm in Beltane mode now. I'm going into Beltane. Love it. Just what's happening because it's next week. Yeah. Because I don't go completely on the calendar with them because the calendar I think came after. So it just, I go when I feel like it. So anyway, you have things to say to Carrie.
I do. One of the things I was going to say is if your sleep is being interrupted, one of the best things you can do is to take time out of your day before bed to connect with them and say, hey, I'm here. I get that you guys want to connect and to contact me. So this is the time I'm going to give you. And especially if you're like me and sleep is a challenge, I don't want to get stuff in my dreams because sleep is so difficult for me to begin with. So I ask specifically I not get it in dreams. But if I do start getting stuff and it's disturbing my ability to sleep and therefore my ability to function on a physical level, then I say, hey, I'm going to set this time aside. And that's when I want you to give me the messages that I need to get. So
you set the pattern, you take control. And I you're right. If she was taking more time, that sounded like that. So I apologize, Carrie. If Carrie is able to take more time for her meditation and to look into it, because that's what'll happen. Every time I level up and I don't take the time, they're just like, okay, there's a cyst.
Yep. Basically. Yeah. We should have said that there's no way that today is going to be PG-13. We're definitely like 14A for language. I know. And we didn't. So there we go.
I said we never have PG-13 because and I am on my best behavior when we're here.
I know. But I don't think I can be on my best behavior. So I'm a wild card today.
Your best behavior is my my stellar your worst behavior is my best behavior. That's it. Your worst behavior is my best behavior
I
by
think
far.
you're giving me more credit than I deserve.
Oh, one day you and I shall go out at night. I don't even
Oh
know if
my
I could. I'm an old lady and be like, it's 8, Erin. I'm
God.
tired.
Yeah.
We've had this since 3. I have an early bird party here now. I get more in the morning now than I used to get out of the late night.
Do you?
I do now. Yeah, I never used my kids screwed me up.
Mm.
They forced me into this conformist box that I'll tell myself, no, you can work past 10. You don't have
Yeah.
to take anyone to school tomorrow. And you can and oh yeah, it's really hard to get you. That's an empty nest thing.
But that's also probably a really good thing because it's good for our bodies for their natural rhythm to have an earlier day routine ending earlier in the evening
Mhm.
rather than me who goes until all hours of the night.
Well, yes, yes. And if you read any Deepak Chopra, he will tell you that for certain. He wants you in bed
Mhm.
by 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he wants. Yeah, 10, I think you're just gearing up, aren't you?
Kind of, yeah.
You're getting into your manic state.
I have to say for me, and I think that probably people who enjoy the early morning might find the same thing. At night, it's quiet, it's dark, there aren't any other distractions, and I can actually get stuff done. Where during the day, I feel that I'm being pulled in lots of different directions. It's not productive for me. I don't feel good during the day. Yeah. And so, as I said, like I know that people who start really, really early in the morning, they find exactly the same thing. I'm just either behind for the day or really far ahead for the next day.
Really far ahead because you're psychic, right? So that's
Must
what it
be it.
is. I get you. When the early morning part, it reminds me of when I used to be an actor because I would have to
Mhm.
take 5 a.m. ferries and things like that. And I do. It
Mhm.
feels like the day is fresher at that time of day.
Mhm.
The
Yep.
news is different. It's not quite as horrible
I'm sorry,
because
did you say the booze is different?
know the news.
Oh, the news. I was wondering about, maybe that you had a something helping you in the morning there.
Not anymore. Not anymore. No, that was the old me. Anyway, okay, Amanda.
Awesome.
Okay,
Amanda.
I hope we helped you, Carrie. I think we did. I
Oh.
was about to say that. I'm so sorry, Carrie. Okay,
Oh,
do you want
dear.
to read Amanda's?
Sure, sure. So I've really noticed my black cat had been not a lot more snuggly, sorry, needing more attention and sleeping right beside me. What's going on? She also loves sweets like cookies and cake. I love that. I suspect my son's behind that.
I would assume that it was your
Yeah.
son. Yes, but
Yeah.
actually, my daughter's cat. She can't leave her dish where the cat can get to it because the cat actually believes that every meal should be shared by the two of them.
Mhm.
So when a cat, I think, thinks a lot of themselves, and it was her birthday yesterday.
Ah, yes, I saw the post.
Missy, that's what she tells us she wants in. That's what that is when she was at the window. And she's all black too. That's kind of funny. Maybe
Interesting.
it's your energy too. That
Mhm.
the cat's more snuggly. The cat wants to be around you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, cats in particular, dogs as well, but cats especially are really in tune with our energy. And so she's
Yeah.
probably coming and giving you something that she knows that you need. And I could also see your son working through her in that way to make sure that you have the love and the support and the resources that you need. So I could totally see that. And and if she loves cookies and cake, maybe it means that you're having cookies and cake more often. Because you have to have it for the cat. So that means there's a little extra for you too.
Yeah, true. Do you think it could also too mean that maybe Amanda is actually moving into her psychic abilities a little more, and the cat, therefore, she's a little more at home with the cat, and the cat's picking that up?
Mm-hmm.
Because I noticed with the stray cat,
Mm-hmm.
she'll sit with some people, but she won't sit with all people, and some people she'll run the heck away from.
Mm-hmm.
It's really strange, and I think it
Yeah.
has everything to do with what's going on with that person. Not that they're
Yeah.
bad or they smell or anything like that. I think it's that how they're feeling. The cat's picking up on that. So
Yeah.
maybe Amanda's more coming into her own.
Yeah, and that would certainly make sense with generally what we're feeling for people right now too. So that totally makes sense. Yeah,
Okie dokie.
awesome.
Our artist.
Fabulous. So yes, we have Sarah here. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for joining us.
There's a
Um,
Sarah original behind you.
yes, there is. There is a Sarah limited edition. No,
Limited edition.
that's only in my mind.
Call it that.
So Sarah says, it was my grandma's birthday yesterday. I was wondering if she had anything to let me know. Been thinking of her often lately.
Oh, okay. I see. Archery.
Oh,
Taking an
cool.
arrow and hitting the target. And I know that Sarah does actually do archery on her own, but I think it's not just that. I think it actually has to do with her hitting the mark, and that she knows when she's here, she aims for that way over there and she can hit it. She doesn't need to go put the arrow directly in it.
Beautiful.
So, I hope that makes sense. I assume it has something to do with her art.
Beautiful. Yeah, that totally makes sense to me.
I could.
Yeah. And I also feel her being physically close to you as well. She's showing me her hands, and like her hand on your shoulder or like on your back or even down on your knee. So I've got a lot of physical touch and connection coming up from her that way.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Neat.
Thank you. Really cool bunny mug. Winners. Last Easter.
Awesome. All right. So we've got Nicole here. Hi, Nicole. Nicole says, I went to a retreat recently. There was a medium there while we were doing breath work. He, the medium, placed a key in front of me. Oh, and said he was told it was for me, but he didn't know why. Do either of you know what the key is for or who it's from?
Ah, okie dokie. I actually get key stuff. It's
Sorry,
witchy
which?
thing. Keys are witchy.
Oh,
They
cool. I didn't realize
things.
that.
Yeah. I actually am right now hoarding every key I can find because I want to make key wind chimes.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's a whole witchy thing about keys unlocking portals and the key and things like that. So that's where I go immediately when I see that.
Yeah.
And why didn't quite know why he should give her a key.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what I was seeing too, was that we were opening something else and moving into something else. I want to say the word dimension, moving into another dimension, but that's not my language. So I don't know exactly where that would come in, but
might be the language that makes the most sense to Nicole.
Likely.
And it might be having to do with her going through. Because
Mm-hmm.
I always say, I've been crossing dimensions all damn day. That's what I say to people. I'm a little loopy right now. Or I look at how much people make and go, I cross dimensions.
So, okay, so that's kind of cool. When you talk about crossing dimensions, like I notice you going back and forth like this, but for me, like when I'm connecting and doing things, I tend to go more like up and forward and back. But do you go side to side?
Angels.
Okay.
People.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
There you go. Even dead folks go, who? So, yeah.
Hello down there.
Yes. Hello. Keep trying.
Pardon me.
Wrong key, Nicole. Keep going. Yeah. Sorry, that's what I heard. Nicole's like, oh, and you have the key.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it could even be the retreat was a bit of a key for you. It was an unlocking sort of thing. I would love to be part of a retreat. We have to do that.
I think we do. I would love to do a retreat. Yeah.
Wouldn't it be cool? Like
That'd
go to
be
like an
amazing.
actual resort sort of place, and you get to talk all the way through and get a whole weekend of it. And I can't. I would need a vacation after a retreat.
Yeah. I honestly, there are lots of really cool places here on the island and the islands, but I would love to do Tofino or Ucluelet. I love that place. So
yeah, I've been there once.
I know. And maybe that's the perfect time to go for a retreat.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. And there's certain times apparently where Tofino where the energies are different. And you're supposed to go there, not get like I don't know. Somebody told me.
Interesting. We'll have to look into that because I only go in the shoulder season and the low season. I'm never there when it's like really high season. So maybe I'm going at the wrong
Shoulder
time.
season.
But
I've
it's
never
yeah.
heard that term before. Shoulder season. So like fall, spring, is that a shoulder season? Because it
Yeah, fall,
loves one
spring,
of them.
winter.
Ah,
Well, yeah, you're right. Fall, spring would be the shoulder seasons, like coming out of the high season and then going into the low season.
so why don't they call it the mid season?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we should put in a petition for that.
Yeah, I was asking my husband that. He said something about old people, and he said young people aren't any better. I said, what are we then? Are we middle people? He says, yes, we're
We
middle people.
we're middle-aged. Yes, it's true.
I like middle people because it reminds me of Middle Earth. And then I feel
Oh.
like the Hobbit that I am told I am. My sister actually calls the Hobbit family. I've got tall sisters. I'm not tall, but I have tall sisters. So
They ran out
anyway.
of height when they came to you.
Yeah, they were like, let's stop. Oh crap, we forgot. No, it's little.
Oh, darn.
We forgot to put leg bones in that one. I got arm bones where my leg bones should be. Super short legs. Anyway.
Oh, dear.
Okay, so, okie dokie.
Awesome.
Now, Leanne, that is
Will
very specific.
So Leanne's asking if she will reconcile with her kids.
Mhm.
And I get a yes, but part of what I'm seeing is that there are still like I want to call it hoops or things that are needing to be done in order for reconciliation. And I don't feel like this is exclusively on your part. It feels like there are things that are needing to be done on the other sides as
Mhm.
well. But I do see that there is like some form of reconnection that comes. And kind of what it reminds me of is starting to like if you were braiding something and then you've kind of pulled it out and then start braiding it again. You're in the pulled out phase right now. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, it does. It does. Actually, and it's funny. The first thing I hear is forgive yourself first,
Mm-hmm.
that you actually have to set the precedent. And
Mm-hmm.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. And I got a yes as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I really hope that does not mean that Leanne has 3 children.
Right.
And
Because I was seeing 3.
yeah, okay. It might be that 2 of them come back and the third one is a silly goose that has to take their time. But
Yeah.
them reconciling with you is part of their journey as well.
Yeah. That's what I was getting to was that there would be one that would take a little bit longer and that it starts with 1 or 2, but that there was one that was a little slower and it was almost like they were waiting to see if something was going to happen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah. And they could be a different gender too.
Yeah, absolutely. That could be the case as well. Yeah. Awesome.
Okay.
Where are we going next, Miss Bobbi?
Well, what is God in your opinion?
That's a pretty big question.
It's a really big question. An umbrella. I think God is an umbrella.
Yep.
An all-seeing, all-knowing, omnipotent, but still touching everything force of energy. I actually even talked about it my third eye video. No, it was my crown chakra video. God, source, creator, God. I did goddess last just to bug people. Which that bugs me. That just bugs that I put that in to bug people. Because why can't that be female? I'm female.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and especially if you consider that the majority of species on the earth, I know seahorses that's not the case for them, but the majority of the species on earth, it's the female that is the creator. So then why wouldn't it also be true for that energy that is, yeah.
It's given in the Bible.
And
his own image.
true. And yeah, I would agree. To me, like God is like that energy, that divine, that source, that thing that is in and within all of us. And for me, God can be a whole pile of different names, which is something that I actually learned from Deepak Chopra. I love that. I can be a daughter and a friend, and I can be like a coworker, and there are all sorts of different things I can be. Each of those people will call me a different thing, but who I am and what I am able to do doesn't change just because I have a different relationship with each of those people.
I've heard him say that. Yes.
Yeah.
That's really good. It's such a profound and amazingly smart thing. And so simple. Do you find that the things that are the most profound are the most, well, duh? That's
Yeah.
so true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And because all the truths are actually quite basic, and all of it is quite basic. We
Mhm.
flower it, foo it all up, and make it all these sorts of things.
Complicate it.
Yes, we
Yeah.
complicate it. Okie dokie. Now, Alicia has
Yeah.
we still have other questions from other people, but we've talked to, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nicole. Nicole thinks we're fun. I
Awesome. We think you're fun too.
It makes Sarah happy that you have the angel painting there.
Me too. Me too. I
Yeah.
just brought it. It was the last thing to come into the new studio space. So thank you.
It was the icing on the cake.
It was indeed
Or
the cherry on top.
The cherry on top, or what is that thing that they put on top? The cake topper. Cake topper. Okay.
It's the bunny on the mug.
It's
It's the bunny on the mug.
It's the bunny head on the mug. If it was just this, it'd be like, what does her mug say? Okie dokie. I had an awake dream. Oh, this is from Alicia. May I read it?
Mhm.
It's okay. I had an awake dream where I felt like I was a witch and surrounded by witches and then started floating. What does this mean?
Okay, so my first thought was, I wonder if you were actually astral traveling and connecting with other witches or other beings that you are connected to on a soul level. Because I know that our dream time is actually a time when we do learn a lot and we connect with people that we maybe haven't connected with on a physical level. So that's what popped in first for me. What about for you, Miss Bobbi?
I think I got a very similar thing, but different.
Okay.
Because it comes to me in a different kind of way. Yes,
Yeah.
and I would have seen that as ancestors. And they give me the acronym of witch, woman in total control of herself. Because the reason we call them witches is because they got labeled as witches by people who didn't like their faith. So I kind of think that's maybe that you're being pulled into the fold of the ancestral witches coven of your family. And it could actually be a precursor as well. Like, this is what we want you to do. You're part of this. This is what you do. That she actually might be needing to gather women.
Yeah. And in preparation, that totally makes sense.
Yeah. And as part of her spiritual journey too.
Yeah.
Because we all have a job to do.
Absolutely.
Oh, Margaret's a night owl. Well, yeah, because you guys were texting at midnight.
We were emailing each other in the middle of the night.
Oh, you vampires deserve each other. Yeah. Oh, goody. Amanda's getting some confirmation. So that's smashing.
Perfect.
And actually, Sarah's up at night with you.
Oh, perfect. I'm glad that you're up with us too. Usually don't sleep before midnight. Yeah, exactly. I'm exactly the same way too, Sarah.
Man, okay.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, this is an aside. I woke up a couple of nights ago because, my cat, I got to let my cat in. I get up, I'm so asleep. My dog wants to go out. I'm like, oh my God, everything's going on. What time is it? It's got to be 3. I look at the clock. It's 10:38.
10:38.
Like 97. I was like, 10:38? I should be getting ready to go out at this time.
Deepak would be proud of you, Bobbi.
Yeah, because I've been asleep so long. By that point, I thought it was the middle of the night.
Yeah. Yeah.
38. Anyone who used to know me would be like, what? All right.
Now, can we just pause for a sec? I kind of want to talk about confirmation chills, just in case people don't know about what it is, because I think that's a really cool thing that people sometimes miss out on.
Excellent. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. So confirmation chills are when you experience a physical sensation in the body. Usually you'll get like goosebumps or goose flesh is what people call them, like on your arms. Sometimes I get like a little shiver in like the back of my neck as well. And this happens when something feels really right and when it's like confirming that you're receiving either accurate information or you've interpreted it properly, or it's like really resonating with you.
Yes.
And for me, it's one of those aspects of us that has evolved. Like if we look at a dog sensing danger and their hackles rise, like when we get goosebumps here, like if we had hackles, that would be the rising, and same if you're getting it in through the neck as well. Only for dogs, they're in a place in their evolution where like danger is still something that they're focusing on. But for us, it could be like, as I said, like something that is we're right, that it's accurate, but it could also be warning us that something is out of balance, and usually it's something to do with a stress response as well.
Okay,
So
okay. I get that. Yeah. Because people will say to me, "Ooh, I'm getting chills. Oh my God, I'm
yeah,
getting those chills again." People will say that to me all the time. I
yeah.
actually believe I do still have hackles because I see this as it's psychic. It's your body telling you what your mind is missing. But
Hmm.
when I get scared, I actually feel a sensation all the way up
Hmm.
to the top of my head.
Very cool.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, and I know it's my hackles are up. I
Yes,
dislike it like nobody's business. I do not want it.
but it gets your attention.
Yeah, 'cause I'm like, oh, yeah. And sometimes actually, something will just happen. I'll go, oh, I wonder if another like time continues. I die doing that because you ever have moments where like I could have died if I
This
hadn't
feels
noticed
really
that.
familiar.
Yes, silly me. Yeah, it's like
Mhm.
those commercials, the hydro commercials. What were you thinking when they see themselves in the window or something? I don't know if anyone remembers these commercials. I don't see many commercials anymore.
Yeah.
I actually listen more than I watch now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Ankh. Ankh is key of life. See,
Okay.
I've always seen Ankh because I actually wear Ankh earrings in commemoration of my aunt, and I've always seen them as healing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I
So,
am not familiar with Ankh at all. Who or what
oh,
is Ankh?
that's the cross. It looks like a teardrop upside down with on a
Oh.
cross. It's
Mhm.
Egyptian.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Interesting.
when my aunt was when the cancer came back, she bought ankhs and put them places. And that's actually why I have ankh earrings because I saw them. Went, oh, Auntie Patty wants me to buy those, so I did.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
Interesting.
but I could totally see it as a key.
Yeah, absolutely. And part of what I see is like I actually see it moving and the bottom part coming up and folding into itself, and so acting as its own like lock and key.
Interesting.
Yeah, and so like if we went with that for a moment, like what you are looking for to open is actually within you because it's all part of it, right? The lock and the key are all together. Mm.
That was really good. I like that.
I
Okay.
love seeing shapes like move and morph and show me how they work instead of staying static.
Hi. Oh, okie dokie. Oh, that's I'm gonna
Mhm.
ask for that.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. Yeah.
I'll look at it and go, what does it mean? What am I supposed to do
Well,
with that?
I'm getting ready to start teaching Reiki classes again, and the second level in May when we start learning about symbols is where like I start seeing symbols and stuff like moving through the body and how they are in movement. So these things that are very static, how they work energetically in the body and how they can shift and change just based on what they do. So I think for me, that's where that opened up was in that Reiki training. And now when I see symbols, they'll often start moving for me and showing me how they work.
Interesting. Yeah, because when I think of Reiki, and I've said it to people before, energy movement. That's what they say in my head. It's the
Yeah.
movement of energy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that would make sense because the symbols are but energy.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
Okie dokie. Oh,
Cool.
Nicole would come to our retreat.
Perfect.
And
Nicole,
we
come to our
too.
retreat.
Yeah, she's trying to unlock her gifts. Yes.
Oh, perfect. That makes a lot of sense. So, perfect timing for that comment to come up with the Ankh message, too, is that the key, you have a key, but you already had the key.
Yeah. Oh,
This is,
absolutely. That they're
this
boom,
is just
boom,
a
boom,
spare
one on top
key.
of the other.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. That's cool. So much energy there. That's cool. Hello,
Yeah.
Brenda. Brenda is
Hi,
new.
Brenda. It's
Oh,
great to
Brenda's not
see
here.
you. It's okay. We were late today, too.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. So Leanne says that she has 2 kids and we were seeing 3. So
Yeah,
maybe,
it ain't bad. Yeah.
yeah, interesting. Interesting. So to me, that could indicate that maybe there's one that either hasn't come through or crossed over or is already on the other side. And that would explain why they're separate as well.
Oh, okie dokie. Yeah. Either that
Yeah.
or one of her children is married.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense
That
too.
would be
Yeah.
my other thing. One or the
Yeah.
other. Yeah. But yeah, if you lose a child, yeah,
Mhm.
or if you terminate a pregnancy, that child's still on your count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
On
makes
your
sense.
count.
Yeah.
It's true. I look at my children and think I have responsibility. I brought them back here. I mean, just forgive me there. Sorry. Okie dokie. So,
Ooh,
Sarah believes that women are portals when they're pregnant. Yeah, I could see that.
I
Well,
could,
I
I
see
could certainly see that.
pregnancy as the physical body's inside the mummy, and the
Mhm,
soul is still on the other side, learning everything it needs to know with
mhm,
the ancestors.
mhm.
And then when they come out, that's why they look and go, Papa, at a picture.
And they know, yeah,
And they
but they're
know
still
Papa's.
energetically connected. I see them still being energetically connected. It's almost like they can be in many places.
Yeah,
Does that,
well,
yeah,
oh, absolutely. Because if my dad came to visit us, he could be next to you and next to me at exactly the same time because there is
exactly.
no time.
Exactly. And there's no space.
It's all just happening.
Yeah, for sure.
No
Cool.
space. Wow, you just blew my mind again. Now my brain's gonna be like, there's no space.
There's no space.
Oh my God.
Here.
Okay.
Awesome. So Brenda is saying that her mom is in the hospital. What do
Yeah.
we see or hear about her? So Brenda, my heart and my healing vibes are send you into her. My brain stopped working.
Yes, Brenda, Erin is sending you love and light and condolences, but not condolences, because that's not what she wants to say.
Exactly. Exactly. It's a good thing you're here, Bobbi.
Interpreter. Yeah. I can see her feet. That's all I can see is her feet. Like I am a golden retriever sitting at the end of the bed and looking straight down like this. That's the way I can see her. So the only thing I can think of is that it's her feet, and she's grounding and rooting and possibly homeward bound. But I don't know. She also could have toxemia, which
So
is
sorry, what is toxemia?
it's usually a pregnant lady thing. But it's your
Oh,
body's not getting rid of all the toxins, and you just puff up, puff up, puff up, and yeah,
yes.
you get
Yes,
all
because
fluidy.
I was seeing circulation. Like when, as soon as you mentioned
Oh,
feet, I was
okay.
seeing hands and I was wanting to like massage and to make sure that there was circulation. So that totally makes sense to me. Yep.
Okie dokie. So this actually could be it. Oh, thank goodness, because I was hoping it wasn't the other.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, no, this feels fleeting to me. It feels like she definitely needs support, and I'm wanting to make sure that she's got like IVs for fluids and potassium and whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm wanting to make sure that circulation is moving, and so possibly making sure that she's moving a little bit as well if she's able.
Yeah, and I'm seeing an odd thing, but I have to go with what I see.
Yep.
I actually make green tea iced tea. I have
Oh.
done like my children's whole life because it's something I can make them. They think it's yummy, sugary drink, and it's actually just cold tea. But I'm seeing your mother drink it. And green tea actually releases toxins, makes things move around. So it might be that your mother needs to mainline some green tea or some other more homeopathic like remedies.
And
Her medication might be causing the.
yeah, and that makes a lot of sense with the releasing too, because I'm sure that green tea is also a diuretic as well.
Oh
Is
yeah,
that right?
yeah. As far as I know, yes, yeah.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
I think caffeine. Oh, okie dokie. Sarah, has
Okay.
Sarah been on our chat?
I don't think so, but I'm pretty sure that Sarah is coming and joining me next week for some Reiki. So I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that she is, which is super exciting.
Okay. Do you want to read?
Yeah. In the last 8 months, I've had a lot of change in my life. I have left a long-term marriage. I have been seeing third eyes everywhere, like a picture on a side of a building, a specific notebook in a store, and even within a tree. Cool. I feel like this is a sign to listen to my intuition. This is true. Absolutely. I have felt so strong about my third eye. I have recently redesigned my old jewelry into my third eye. Incredible.
Cool.
That's
You
really
didn't know what it looked like before you saw it.
Yes. So one of the things when we do attunement, so attunement is part of the Reiki learning process, and it's basically opening the channel through which we receive ki or life force energy, and it's increasing it. So everybody receives ki because we're alive, but when we practice Reiki and when we receive an attunement, that channel through which we receive ki opens and expands. So like in the first level, it'll open like this, and then second level and third level. And then when you're master teacher, it's huge, like you're within the channel.
What is it called again?
It's an attunement.
No, what did you call the other word when you receive
Ki.
key?
Ki. So
Key.
ki.
Don't you do the same?
Oh my gosh, ki.
Nicole,
That-
did you see it?
That's really interesting. I didn't catch that at all, but I love that you did. So ki, this is ki, like ki, which is universal life force energy. It's the same as chi, the same as prana, and it is the same as energy. Ooh, I love that. We'll have to tell Leanne.
I know. So excited. It's Nicole. Nicole's one was given the key.
Oh, was Nicole? Yes, that's right. Leanne. Yes. Okay. Yes.
Leanne,
Well, hey,
with her children. Yes.
yes. Let's give Leanne a key too. What the heck?
Yeah, here's the key, Leanne.
You get a key.
And
You get a key. You
You
get
get
a
a key,
key.
Brenda. You get a key, Margaret. Those are the names I see. That's the only reason I see this one.
Everybody gets a key.
Everybody
At
gets a
least
key.
one.
Yes. We're virtual Oprahs.
Yes.
I wish I was virtual Oprah. Okay. Sorry.
So
Okay.
So with an attunement, it can really open up your intuition and especially the third eye. And one of the ways that we see that is that often people will start designing jewelry in their mind's eye during the attunement process. So that really, yeah, isn't that cool?
Wow, Sarah. Look at you.
Yeah. So
Yourself
I'm going
on
to
the
tell you
phone
right
now?
now, I'm going to completely forget about this conversation.
Yeah, you are.
So
Yeah.
So remind me, and we'll check in with you after you receive your attunement, because that would be super, super exciting to see if that's shifted and changed or become
Reminder,
bigger.
'cause I want to know.
Yeah.
Or if it even changes, if it's one color and then after your attunement, it becomes like a totally different color because based on what you know now. It's so neat how you can actually learn some forefront knowledge and then it becomes part of your soul messages and stuff. I swear they tell me, go learn this, Bob, because we're tired of telling it to you this way. So if you learn another thing, then we can get in there.
We can give it to you in a different direction. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Did we answer Sarah's question?
Did we answer? I have redesigned my old jewelry. I don't know if it even was a question. Was it?
I feel like this is a sign to listen to my intuition. Is this true?
Yes. I honestly, Sarah, out of all the love in the world, I want to say, duh. But that's just love in the world. That's grade 8 me. Grade 10.
Pardon?
That's grade 8 me.
Grade 8 you? Yeah. And I will just give you a really big high five for recognizing what's going on.
Yes, well done. Yeah. And I want to see some third eye jewelry. Now I'm inspired. And I want to make some third eye jewelry just because I want to be more like Sarah.
Yeah. I love it. And one other thing I was going to say was the changes that you've been going through have been like weights lifting off that has allowed things to happen. So, yeah.
Excellent. Yes. And Brenda, everything's going to be okay.
Awesome.
I honestly think that's what Auntie Denise is trying to tell you. I think your brain is going to, oh my gosh, my mom. And she might be like, don't freak out.
Yeah, we're all good.
We're all good, friend. Okie dokie. Margaret has a question.
I love it. Do you foresee me needing to purchase a brand new toilet or being able to get by with just a repair and new parts?
That's great.
So we have been having so much trouble with our toilets and plumbing. I don't know how many times I fixed my parents' toilet, but it is currently broken again. So Margaret, I totally appreciate this question because it's interesting. So one of the things that happens when your toilet is running or it's not functioning properly or there's some sort of leak that's happening is it can actually have an effect on abundance in your life as well. So it's almost like money is just kind of flowing out, going down the toilet, literally and figuratively. So if you are having any issues around abundance, then I would encourage you to look at maybe replacing it rather than repairing it if you can. But definitely, if there's something going on with your toilet, you want to make sure that you fix it pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I actually hear the right toilet will come to you. And I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out. I have
Okay.
a thing. It's almost been a full year now where I don't buy new things unless they
Mhm.
absolutely must be purchased new. So
Mhm.
I actually say, because right now I'm looking for a kitchen sink, something neat and exciting kitchen sink, not just
Mhm.
a kitchen sink. I want a kitchen sink that should be in a witch's kitchen.
Yep.
So do that, Margaret. Actually say, I want one of those toilets that says, "Hello, Margaret," when it opens the lid. Have you heard of these? They do. Let me go over against the toilet that actually says hello by name. Hello, Whoopi. It's a
So
coin.
I suspect that you have some helpers who would be able to give you a hand in finding the perfect toilet.
The perfect toilet. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I actually do think you need a new throne to sit upon. And I think I don't know. I think maybe your father has something to do with it. I don't know why, but I mean, because boys sit on thrones. Okie dokie. Oh, and
Oh
you
my
didn't have a
gosh.
heart attack on Friday? Okay, sorry. I just pooped and read that, but I didn't read anything else going up to it. So,
Okay.
okie dokie. So I hope that helps Margaret. Okay.
Yes.
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 It'll be the right one.
Absolutely.
Okie
Yeah.
dokie. Amanda's getting chills lately like crazy. Our hair's in her little sister antenna. Yeah, our hairs are our little ether
Ether
antenna.
antenna. I
That's
love
it.
that.
Perfect. I like
I
that
love
too.
that.
Yes. Yeah, and the hairs will stand up. Mine will actually stand right up. I
Yeah.
only have 5 of them.
Yeah.
I
But all
swear.
five of them stand at attention.
I am so incredibly hairless. It's ridiculous. It's just handy if someone tapes you up, but not
True. But
no
maybe
one's
not in
taping
other
me.
times.
No.
So I didn't share it again, but I tagged my sister in in a photo album on Facebook from when my nephew was here visiting when he was 7.
Oh
And
yeah,
at the
yeah, I
time
saw that.
he had a little mohawk just
Mhm.
like this and like shaved head. Do you think that there's additional like energy and information that comes down through that? Because it's just like if our hair is our antenna
Mhm.
and you've got it sticking up like this and like there's no other, I wonder because I know
Well,
that. Mhm.
when I was 13, all of my hair stood up. All of
Oh,
this was all shaved off, and I
yeah.
had hair that stood up like this. It was all
Cool.
teased. It was about this tall. I don't
Cool.
know. Well, maybe I heard more, but I wasn't listening.
Because you were 13.
I was too cool. If someone said
I'll
good
have
morning, I said liar. Anyway.
we'll have to take a look into that because I know that that's a traditional hairstyle for the Mohawk First Nations,
It absolutely is, yeah.
and it would be really interesting to know like the background and to understand where that style came from for them and what significance and meaning it had.
Yeah, because honestly, the colonial teachings in my brain went right to it's a warrior thing having to do. You know what? I'm going to ask my husband. He might know.
Perfect.
He
I
actually
love
might know
that.
that. Okay,
I
gonna
love
ask
that.
him.
Awesome.
Ask Leroy. All
Yeah.
right. Ha. Okie dokie. Now, Shannon,
Yes.
I see you pulling up your socks.
So for everybody else, Shannon's asking, am I going to get my kids back soon? Mhm.
Yeah, I see Shannon pulling up her socks. So it might be that Shannon has to do something
Yep.
in order to get the little monkeys back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to say too, because I'm seeing again, like that there are a couple of hoops is what I want to call it, a couple of things that you need to do or to jump through in order for things to be in position. But I do see them coming back on in some sort of way. I don't know that it's full time, but you would definitely have them and without restraint. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that Shannon needs to keep it in her mind that this is not the way it's supposed to be.
Mhm.
And all she has to do is adjust and things will go back to the way it looks like it's fine to me.
Mhm.
Like what a chiropractor does when they adjust somebody slowly, they'll even say the vertebrae aren't in place yet. They're
Mhm.
on their route to the place. That's the way I see it and what Shannon actually might want to do. And she might want to clean.
Mhm.
Might be clean herself up, clean her
Mhm.
world up, or clean like get rid of the stuff is not working. at
Yeah,
all.
the extra stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even think of this as the kids aren't here right now. I have the time, I can do this and then do that. And then,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but they are coming, but just make sure that you're doing what you need to, and they're on their way back.
Do you know any angel blessing things that Shannon could actually do or say for herself on a daily basis to keep nasty
Yeah.
things at bay from her?
Yeah. Okay, so I've got a couple. First of all, invite in Archangel Michael. And actually, before I go into the names, I'm going to say, if you don't remember, that's okay. Just angels, please
They know
help
their
me
names.
with X, Y, and Z. Yeah, exactly. Whoever is meant to be there is going to be there. But you just need to invite them in. But if you want to be a little more specific, invite in Archangel Michael, because he helps us on our life path to make sure that we're on the right direction. And he also helps us to get rid of the things that no longer serve us and that aren't working for us. So since that's come up as being part of what's happening and what's going on, call on him, ask him for help and support to keep you on the path that you need to be on with your kids. Archangel Shamuel helps us to find things. And I know that your kids aren't lost, but it feels like they're still kind of finding their way home through, I'm going to say, like through a system. So Archangel Shamuel can help and support with that. Archangel Uriel helps and supports with emotional healing. So I'm going to assume that there are ups and downs that you're going through on an emotional level, because I can only imagine where I would be in your position.
Mm-hmm.
So Archangel Uriel can help and support with the emotional ups and downs, again, to kind of keep things balanced so that you can keep your focus on where it needs to be.
Excellent.
And one more, I've got Archangel Ariel. She's coming in. She's kind of like the girlfriend who always has your back. She's got lots of attitude. She's got lots of energy, and she's going to help to keep you moving forward in a positive direction, feeling that you can get help.
Yes. And I would, if I were you, Shannon, I would see them as being like an army of sorts for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can often hearken to the angels and say, get them, like that. And I mean it in, if I actually had them all around me, I'd be, get them, go hug them. Go make them not be mad. Go do that, because that's what angels do. Because when people get mad and they go, it's like if you get mad at an entity in your house, all you're going to do is make it stronger, because you just acted like a twit and you lost control and you let anger get a hold of you, and blah, blah, and we all know that that's never good. So go out there and hug those bad things to death and make it so that everything's positive for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. We are at a point where I need to start getting going. But I do notice we're going to skip over a couple of people because I'm seeing Sue here. And I know that Sue...
That's what I wanted to do too.
I know that Sue usually isn't able to join us live, but the fact that she's here feels like it's important to connect. So Sue says, hi, my son's wedding is this coming weekend. Oh, congratulations. I'm hoping my parents on the other side will they be there? Do I need to ask them?
Okay, my hands are on my hips. Sue. That's it. That's all I have for you, young lady. Okay, I got one little hint though. When I got married to Vern, I got one of those little keychain photo album things, and I put a picture of my dad in it, and I tied it to my bouquet. So that way my dad got to walk me down the aisle, because he never did get to walk me down the aisle. So you might want to just take pictures of them or their ashes. You will be the crazy new mother-in-law.
Because there's part of me when you said that saw it kind of like being like a flower girl with the ashes. I'm like, oh my God, Bobbi.
Just anointing people. That's not right. Oh my goodness.
I mean, I've seen some funny reels on Facebook where they'll have, instead of like a flower girl, they'll have a beer dude. It's one of the groomsmen, and he's, like walking down in like only the way a 30-40-year-old man can, and just passing out beer.
People, A beer dude instead of a flower girl.
I mean, so if people can have a beard dude, you could have a spirit thrower.
You could have a spirit thrower. I don't know you're going to want to do that, Sue, or if
No.
your son is going to want that at his wedding.
No.
But yes, you don't even have to ask them. They'll be there before you are. They knew the wedding date before you did.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they will be there. Look for them instead.
Yeah. I mean, our loved ones on the other side, as you said, they know things before we do, before they're going to happen, and they're waiting already to be there.
When I see someone in the grocery store, if I start hearing stuff, I'm like, don't bug me, bug them. Tell them. You know how to get a hold of me. You know how to route them to where I am. I don't give out cards or anything like that. I just tell the dead person to tell the living person to come and see me.
Come and see me.
And that's all I do. Yes. Okie dokie. My phone died on my way home from Coombs. Oh, poor Sarah.
Oh no. Pardon me.
Okie dokie. You have to go.
I have to get tootling. But
we will be back
at some point. I'm teaching next weekend. So either we will do a pre-recorded show, or Bobbi will be here, or there will be something else on Sunday.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. I can. Oh, see, if I promise to be there right now, it's like when drunk people promise to do yoga with you in the morning. Because so many drunk people used to promise to do yoga with me in the morning, and I would be doing yoga all by myself. Anyway.
So why don't we say on Tuesday, we will let you know what's happening on Sunday.
Yes, not Thursday, Tuesday. Yes.
Tuesday.
And it in all likelihood, it'll be me on my own.
Okay.
In all likelihood.
Yes.
Or we could do a pre-recorded.
We'll discuss that. Or we could do both. We don't know yet, but something will be happening on Sunday.
We'll figure it out. Okay. All right, my friend.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure connecting with you.
Always an absolute pleasure to connect with you, and we have so much fun. It's so different when I do it by myself. I have nobody to laugh with.
I know.
I'm just talking to the walls.
I know.
Because I talk to the walls. Anyway. Okay, this is my sexy laugh. All right.
You do that too well.
Oh, I know I do.
Shall we namaste? Oh no.
No, it keeps going, and then suddenly there's a broom under me. Yeah. It was a blast, thank you. All right.
And she's flying around the okay, yeah. I'm ready. Namaste.
I was so soon.
I was late.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful